News Jake here, back again with another teamwork battle, I'll call it, with my wife and I platooned up, this time in Tier 7 tank destroyers, here on the Prokhorovka map, myself in the T-25AT and her in the Gowicka. Now this is going to be, at first, basically your typical go to a bush, sit there and wait for targets of opportunity. That's basically what the gameplay entails. Now I am kind of putting a very half-hearted attempt to 3-mark this T-25AT. You see I've got 2 on it. And I kind of dig it out every once in a while to at least maintain the marks, but I haven't been playing enough to really say that I'm going for the 3rd mark yet. And I don't know that World Tanks is ever going to have me playing to where I really get hardcore into marking anymore. But this was actually a very good game. And there's a little bit of a twist at the end. But at first, it's just your typical go to the position you'd like to go to and, again, snipe at targets of opportunity. I like the high position here. It allows you to have a little bit better angle of fire down into the dips that the enemy will put themselves into position along the backside of that mid-ridge. Or like the Cromwell here, who's basically doing laps there at the E2-3, or I guess E3-4, F2-3-4 little donut. So that's a kind of a pit that people go down into and are able to get some spotting as they crest. But I have a chance to shoot there. And of course, the position I was in is a little bit safer than trying to go up to this, you'd say, more obvious bush. Because the bush here at CD1, it's very well known. People will blind fire it. And if you're spotted up there and don't react instantly, you can very quickly lose a lot of health. Now, I'm trying to keep up with the Cromwell, but he's getting spotted so late that he's already under the terrain. And now I'm very tempted to sneak up here and try to get a shot on this M2Y. And the only problem is, like I said, once I'm up here, yeah, there, I have a chance to be spotted. And instantly there's 2 hits before I can even reverse. And the T-25AT is not slow. And now, of course, artillery is going to come in on me. And they have a rough idea of where I am. Now, I don't know where their light tank is. We see ours, the WZ-131. The Cromwell's the one doing most of the work, it seems like, for the enemy team spotting. And you see, I'm trying to get an outline, because otherwise it's just a preemptive shot like that. But as of now, they're Type 62. I don't know where he is until this second right here. And that's obviously who'd spotted me once I tried to go up. And that was actually, I have to say, that was a pretty good shot, but he also, that was pretty quick reactions to repair. So he obviously had a large repair kit, because he instantly got going again. So unfortunately my tracking wasn't very worthwhile. And now, of course, the enemy know that, hey, there's a T-25AT at the typical bush. So be warned of that. But with the whole event that happens, where the plane crashes, some people now have become fairly aggressive at pushing up the one line. As this M2Y is doing, he has cover. It's not as much of a guaranteed one-way ticket as it used to be. And as I was just about to go back up to that bush, the Type 62 has decided to move into the same dip that the Cromwell was using. But now that means I can't move up to get shots in the M2Y. Because me moving up, I absolutely would get spotted by this guy. But hey, I'll take the shot on the light tank. That's actually the more important target. Which is something to keep in mind. If you have a shot at the light tank, On this map in particular, the light tanks can make or break your team's chances. If your team has lights and the enemy team does not, that is pretty much an easy win. So being able to work him down, this is great. I would love to see him make that exact same mistake yet again. Because it looks like we're possibly going to lose the East. And honestly, our WZ-131, we're not getting a whole lot of spotting, at least early detection out of him. He's spotting the Type 62 and the M2Y when they poke up, but there's not a lot of spotting out of him. But now I'm hoping, okay, he's got him easy. So as long as we don't lose the WZ, we're in good shape now. I'm hoping to be able to nudge my way up into this bush without getting detected. Because then I might be able to get a shot on this M2Y. And of course, the direct line of sight to him has a bush way out in front, so I'm never going to spot him. So I'm waiting and hoping. And there we go. And you see now, that was very, very suspicious. I guess the AT-7 just got bored. Because he shot right after I basically poked up there. I was thinking, man, that is very suspicious, but because it's such a random time to be blind firing. I hadn't been seeing blind shots go there. And then right as I pull up into the bush, give him a few seconds, he's like, oh, fire. If it was me, I would have been blind firing the bush the whole time, but as long as I didn't have targets in front of me that were spotted. That's the only reason I find it suspicious, is because I would have been blind firing there a long time ago. And now I'm looking, it's like, wait a minute. Everybody's falling back. And it's because our WZ moved to the other side. But in reality, we shouldn't have everybody falling back. Like the M2Y, he's actually completely going to the other side. And this is how you can give up map control. We actually had pretty good control over here. They've taken care of the threat in the east. But still, we just had our M2Y and the WZ fall back. So now we've basically given up the west. I'm not going to expect the KV-1S to do anything, because, well, if he moves, he's going to get spotted, and that doesn't have good armor, nor does it have anything else working towards being able to push proactively. And then it leaves me at half health, which I am running optics. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. This is a lot. I'm trying to hold my fire because I am the one spotting these guys. And of course, they're all going to be able to detect me as soon as I fire. But I have such tempting shots here. And you see, I go for the track. I'm going to get spotted, but I'm going to actually get down to the low ground here. Where, yes, I'm spotted. But I can eliminate the AT-7, who is definitely a problem. And I can kind of face these VKs one at a time. As long as their artillery doesn't focus on me. And the VKs shouldn't be spotting me. But this M2Y, he is absolutely coming around to me. You can see, when I seen his turret was aimed straight at me. And the VK, he snuck in a shot into the very tip top of my T-25 AT. So now I'm going to pull forward again. And I hit the top of the turret of the Churchill. And I'm doing all the spotting here. You see, I'm racking up just as much spotting, or more so, than I am damage. And that's just because I am running optics. I've got over 3,000 spotting here. And I'm pulling back, trying to go dark, because there is another VK. He's not been spotted, and there's a Stir Emil down there who already has fired at me. He was one of the ones that fired at me early. I think he's the one that actually... I think he hit me first, and then the AT-7 bounced his first shot, and then his next shot was premium. But I believe I've went dark, and I actually don't believe I have. Because here we go. I had went dark, and the Stir Emil was actually pre-aimed and ready for me. So good on him. That leaves my wife here to finish off in the Gowicka, or Gowicka, which is a very punchy tank destroyer. Now the Stir Emil absolutely should be getting tore apart. We have 2 artillery, and he's sitting in the open. You can see 1 missed. So finally, splatted the Stir Emil. That leaves just that VK. This is definitely mop-up time. With the Skoda coming from the south, and her coming right at him face first, he's going to get pinched right in the middle. And she gets to finish him off. Only if I had stayed alive, we would have had brothers in arms. That was a nice little tag team. I got some damage in. I got lots of spotting. I ended up with almost 4,000 spotting. Just a little shy. And over 3,000 of my own damage. So definitely an ace. Get a few other little badges and ribbons. And in the team score, it's a nice little flip back and forth. I had more experience by a bit, and she had more damage by a little bit. So it was a nice little tag team. She had a good game. I had a good game. I think we both aced our individual vehicles. So I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks for watching.